Okay, I'm going to do this last problem a couple different ways. Tan, we know that is sine over cosine. Now I'm going to drop the theta. There should be a theta here and a theta there, but I'm going to be kind of lazy and not put those in. Make it a little quicker. Okay, and that's over 1 minus cotangent, which is, we know, cotangent is 1 over tan, but it might be better to think that cotangent is just the reciprocal of what tangent is. Tangent sine over cosine, so cotangent is cosine over sine. Okay, so I want to make the left side look like that, the right side. That's step one. Now what do I do? Little trick. One, there's two fractions here. I need a common denominator to add or subtract these. So I want this common denominator to be a cosine. So 1 I can write as cosine over cosine. So that's what I'm going to do there. And on the bottom, there's a sign here. I want this to be a sine. So I'm going to write 1 as sine over sine, so that I can collect those. So I have, I can't see my sign there, cosine minus sine all over cosine. Over, now the common denominator here is a sine. And I got sine minus cosine. So, what is this thing? Well, I got a fraction divided by a fraction, so I want to not divide it, but I want to flip this and multiply it. Okay, and I know sine, put brackets around there, sine over cosine, that's tangent. So I've got tangent times cosine minus sine over sine minus cosine. So there's my tangent. Now how do I get a negative? What can I do with this? Little trick. Let's factor a -1 out of the top. Then that will change the sign here to a negative, and that will change that sign to a positive. And is that not the same as this? It is. So anything divided by itself is 1, and there is my negative tangent. Left side equals the right side. QED. Okay, that's method 1. Works. That's quite a bit of stuff. All right. This is tangent. So maybe I want to leave that as a tangent. Okay, I'm going to do this over here. That one I already did. 1 minus tan theta. Well, let's just drop the theta. Cotangent is 1 over tangent. Same thing. There's a 1 here. There's a 1 there. Now I want a common denominator to be a tangent. So let's go. There's my numerator. Tangent over tangent is the same as 1. Right? So I got 1 minus tan over, this is tan minus 1, over tan, my common denominator. So, again, this thing I did here, can I do something with the same effect there? What if I factor out a -1? out of the top, let's say. That will be a -1 plus a tangent, right? Over tan minus 1 all over tan. And this is the same as this, so I can cancel that out. Now this looks a little confusing. What the heck is going on here? Do we see that we get that? It's kind of difficult, right? Well, let's instead factor a -1 out of the bottom one. Let's take it out of this one. Maybe visually that will be better. Right? Because I can take a -1 out of that, and that would be a -tan plus a 1, and that's over tan. And then I'll cancel that again. On the top, I got a 1. Here, I got a -1, and then I have tangent on the bottom. This is a fraction over a fraction. I don't want to divide fractions. I want to flip them and multiply them. Okay, but that's not what I want to do. And I almost did it. Okay, where is my line for my fraction here? It's actually there. I know that's confusing. That's 1 times the reciprocal of that, which is tan over -1. And 1 divided by 1 is just 1, and the negative, well, I could have put it up here or down there. There's my negative tangent. Let's look at this guy. Okay, because it's a little harder to see, but it doesn't matter where my negative is. Okay, there's the top fraction, here's the bottom fraction, so -1 times tan over 1, and I get my minus tan again. Okay, so there's that way. There's this way. I think there's a little less work here. It's just a little confusing when you get to the end. I could show you a third way. I might as well. It's the same as the second way. It's just a different way of thinking about it. Okay. Once I get here, I could times top and the bottom by tangent, right? That's just multiplying this by 1. So that's what I have on the top. And on the bottom, I've got 1 times tangent. This is distributive law. Tan minus, and this is going to be, well, I better write it out, tan over tan, right? Okay. And this is just 1. So let me just do that. All right. Now, same trick. Let's take a -1 out of there. So that's going to be a -1 plus tangent. I still have a tan on the top. I got tan minus 1 on the bottom. Ba-doo, and clearly, if you do it that way, it's maybe less confusing than trying to figure this out. Okay? 3 different ways. We should get the answer each way. I don't know what way your mind likes to work at it.